Hello students, in this video let us understand the mole concept and its relation with respect to the atomic mass or the molecular mass, with respect to Avogadro's number, and then further with respect to the molar volume. So let us consider first the mole concept relating with Avogadro's number. Before that, let us understand what is a mole. Say I consider a dozen of bananas. When I say dozen of bananas, it means I am talking about 12 bananas, right? Similarly, the concept of mole. It says it's a collection of a definite number of particles. Say it can be atoms, molecules, ions, or electrons, or any such kind of smaller particles. So collection of that definite number of particles is called as a mole. Now what is this definite number I am talking about? This definite number is equivalent to this. It's equal to 6.022137 into 10 raised to power 23. On rounding off, it becomes 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23, and that is called as an Avogadro's number. Okay. So in simple terms, what can you say about a mole in terms of Avogadro's number now? So a mole is defined as that amount of the substance which contains Avogadro's number of atoms if the substance is atomic, and it contains Avogadro's number of molecules if the substance is in its molecular state. On this basis, we can understand, say I talk about 1 mole of hydrogen atoms, then I can say 1 mole of hydrogen atoms is equivalent to Avogadro's number of atoms, 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms. Okay. If I say 1 mole of water molecule, so instead of atom now I am saying molecule. So 1 mole of water molecule will also be equivalent to the Avogadro's number, but it won't be equivalent to Avogadro's number of atoms now. This is equal to Avogadro's number of molecules. Okay. Take one more example, 1 mole of hydrogen molecule, this one. So when I say 1 mole of hydrogen molecule, I can directly say it is equal to Avogadro's number of molecules. Okay. Or if I want to convert it into atoms, then I can say 1 mole of hydrogen molecule is equal to 2 into Avogadro's number of atoms. Okay. Now why this 2 factor has been introduced? Because when I say hydrogen molecule means H2. So it has 2 atoms. So in terms of atoms now, the 1 mole will be equivalent to 2 into 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms. Is it clear? Okay. That's about the first concept with respect to Avogadro's number. The second relation of mole with reference to mass number. Now there are 2 types of mass number, you know. It can be in the form of gram atomic mass, GAM denoted as this, and it can be in terms of its gram molecular mass. That means, as per the definition says, a mole is that amount of the substance which has mass equal to gram atomic mass if the substance is atomic, and it is equal to gram molecular mass if the substance is molecular. Okay, just take these 2 examples and the concept will be clear to you. So 1 mole of carbon atoms I am talking about. When I say carbon atoms, so what is the atomic mass for carbon? That is 12. Okay, 12U. So 1 mole of carbon atoms is equal to gram atomic mass, that is 12 gram. What about 1 mole of water molecule? So water is in its molecular form. Molecular mass. How we are going to calculate the molecular mass for this water? So oxygen has an atomic mass of 16, 2 hydrogen each having a mass of 1, that becomes 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. Okay. So the molecular mass of water is 18U. In terms of gram molecular mass, now I can say 1 mole of water molecule is equivalent to 18 gram. I hope the concept is clear. Now let us move on the next concept. Now next concept is based on the Avogadro's hypothesis or the volume of a gas at STP conditions. Now to understand this relationship, first we need to see what is Avogadro's hypothesis or Avogadro's law. It states that equal volumes of different gases under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, that is at STP conditions, contain equal number of molecules. Okay, now I'll give you one example. Suppose I have two gases with me. Say one is carbon dioxide and the other is N2. Okay, let us say that I have Avogadro's number of molecules with reference to both the gases at STP conditions. That means both the gases in terms of molecules are 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of that gas at STP conditions. What are STP conditions? STP conditions means 0 degrees Celsius and the atmospheric pressure is maintained. So atmospheric pressure is 1 atmosphere, or in terms of bar pressure I can say it is 1.01 bar pressure, right? Then what is the hypothesis saying to you? It says that this gas having equal number of molecules must have the same volume, and this volume which we are talking about, it is experimentally found to be same, and that volume is equivalent to 22.4 liters. Okay, so that is what we are writing here. Volume of 1 mole of gas at STP, 1 mole is equivalent to Avogadro's number, right? So that volume of 1 mole of gas at STP is 22.4 liters. That means I can say Avogadro's number of molecules is equivalent to 22.4 liters with reference to that particular gas. And this concept is called as the molar volume. So what is the molar volume? Molar volume, you can define it as in this way. It is applicable only for gases definitely. So that amount of a gas which has a volume of 22.4 liters at STP and it refers to 1 mole of that substance, we say it is a molar volume. Okay. So if I say 1 mole of oxygen gas, so 1 mole of oxygen gas is equal to 22.4 liters of oxygen gas at STP, right? This is a true thing. So 1 mole of oxygen gas equal to 22.4 liters of oxygen. Similarly, if I consider 1 mole of carbon dioxide gas, it's also equivalent to 22.4 liters of carbon dioxide at STP conditions. Can I say 1 mole of water? Say I consider 1 mole of H2O. Can I say it is equivalent to 22.4 liters? No. Why not? Because water is a liquid, it is not a gas. So what is 1 mole of water then? 1 mole of water is equivalent to 18 ml. You are able to understand? I cannot say it's equivalent to 22.4 liters, right? Neither I can say it's equivalent to 22,400 ml, but rather 1 mole of water is equivalent to 18 ml in terms of milliliters. Clear? One more thing to be kept in mind, that is about the Loschmidt number. What it is? It is the number of molecules in 1 cubic centimeter of gas at STP conditions. What is that value? It is 2.688 into 10 raised to power 90. Is it okay? So let us move ahead. Now some important formulas are being specified on the screen so that you are able to perform the solutions, or you are able to perform the numericals given to you, right? So consider the first one, number of moles of molecules. How you can find it out? Weight of the substance in gram divided by molecular weight of the substance. If you want to find out number of moles of atoms, then you have to consider weight of that element in gram divided by atomic weight of the element. For calculating number of moles of a gas, then you need to find out, you need to know volume of the gas at STP conditions divided by the standard molar volume, that is 22.4 liters. After that, what is 1 mole? We have already aware of this concept. 1 mole in terms of molar volume, it is equivalent to 22.4 liters at NTP or STP conditions. If you want to find out the number of moles of the gas, how you are going to calculate? Volume of that gas at STP divided by 22.4 liters. Okay. Then with reference to the Avogadro's number. So what is 1 mole? 1 mole is equivalent to Avogadro's number of the particles. Okay. So if you want to find out the number of moles, then you can find out by this particular formula, number of particles divided by the Avogadro's number. Okay. Then the third concept is with reference to the molecular mass, the gram molecular mass. So what is 1 mole in terms of gram molecular mass? It's equivalent to 1 gram mole of a compound. Okay, and how you're going to find out the number of moles? That is equal to weight of that compound in grams divided by the gram molecular mass. Okay, the fourth concept is with reference to the gram atomic mass. So what is 1 mole? 1 mole is equal to 1 gram atom of an element. And how you're going to find out the number of moles? Equal to weight of the element in grams divided by gram atomic mass. Okay, so these are the important equations, important formulas related to the number of moles, right? So depending upon the data given, you can apply this formula and you will be in a position to calculate the number of moles. Let us move ahead now. Now let us see one more important relation between chemical reaction and mole concept. So you can observe here that the ratio between reactant and product molecules is the same as the ratio of their moles and volumes, particularly applied for gaseous substance at NTP in a balanced chemical equation. So what you're going to do in such cases, whatever the reaction is given to you, first you need to balance that chemical reaction. Already a video has been uploaded how you need to balance that chemical reaction. So I've directly specified the balanced chemical equation here for formation of a water molecule. So 2 moles of H2 gas interacts with 1 mole of O2 gas and forms 2 moles of water in its gaseous form, right? So just consider the ratio. How many molecules are involved here? 2 for H2, 1 for O2 and 2 for water. In terms of moles also I can say 2:1:2. Okay. In terms of volumes, again it is same, that is 2:1:1, and that is the concept. So this is an important relation between the chemical equation and the mole concept, whereby you have your balanced chemical equation, you are in a position to find out the number of moles involved within that chemical reaction, or with respect to the volumes of that particular gas involved within the chemical reaction. Is it clear? So that's about this complete concept, the mole concept and its relation, some important equations related to it. Now let us consider some numericals. This time I'll be giving you 2 numericals and you have to solve it and comment me. So I am giving you as an assignment 2 numericals. See the first question, calculate mass of sodium containing same number of atoms as are present in 4 gram of calcium, and atomic masses of sodium and calcium are given to you 23 and 40 respectively. I'll just give you a simple hint here. What are you going to do? In the first step you need to consider calcium and then you will relate it ultimately with sodium to find out the mass of sodium. Okay, so 40 is the atomic mass of calcium. That means in terms of its gram atomic mass, I can say 40 gram of calcium contains Avogadro's number of atoms. Okay, in the next step what you are going to do is, you have been given it is present in 4 gram of calcium. So you need to find out how much Avogadro's number or how much atoms in particular will be present in 4 gram of calcium. Okay, that's a hint for this question, and then you can proceed. The next question, density of water at room temperature is 1 gram per ml. So density rho is given to you. How many molecules are there in a drop of water? If its volume is 0.05 ml, even volume is given to you. So your first step is to find out the mass. I'm giving you a hint. Density is mass per unit volume. So you'll get the value of mass. When you get this mass, that means you are getting a gram molecular mass for water, right? That means you are getting the value for weight of 1 drop of water in terms of gram molecular mass. After that, in the next step, you will find out the number of moles present within that weight of 1 drop of water. Okay, and then you will proceed further with the help of the equations stated to you earlier. Okay, so that's about the hints with reference to this numericals. I hope you will be in a position to work it out, and you have to send me the answers in the form of the comments for this particular questions. I'm waiting for it. Thank you for watching.